What's up, everybody? This is Fatima. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My information will be in the description box if you desire to contact me for business inquiries. If you are catching this video on TikTok, please look into my profile and there you can find my information for my YouTube channel where I upload various videos where I read energy and I do general energetic readings. Um, so if you tap in there, there may be a message for you in those readings. This particular video, I'm going to go over the astral house of the sun sign of Aries, and I am going to tell you what parts of the body that this sign governs. I'm going to explain what Aries is about. I'm also going to pull 4 cards for the sign of Aries, since Aries is the ruler of foundation and stability. So that's the number 4. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of enlightenment and information. I'm also going to give you an ancestor guidance message for you. And you can also tap into the other 11 signs that I'm going to post, so you can kind of gather the information and see which parts of the body are governed by each zodiac sign, and you can kind of understand it from a whole body's perspective. Okay, so when we talk about the sun sign, we are talking about the area of self. It is your personal identity, and it shows you where you should learn to be independent, what you represent, where we should feel our potential and differentiate ourselves from others, and how we shine. The position of the sun tells us which profession would best suit the character of you. Okay, so when we are looking at the self, the Aries teaches, governs over the personality, your appearance, your body, what you look like, the character features. Aries rules over the character. They are the motto of I am. Okay. The colors for Aries are fire energies, because Aries is a cardinal energy, which means they have the ability to um, they are the builders of the foundation. They are like messengers, but they are the ones that are determined. Aries is an energy of power. It is ruled by the planet of Mars, along with the sister neighbor of Scorpio. Scorpio being over the desires. However, Aries rules over the masculine. It is the first man. It is governed by the season of spring. And the colors for Aries are red, which rules over your vitality, your strength, your power, determination, your passion, your desire. You can also use the color, the red is also connected to the root chakra. You can also mix in the colors of orange and yellow to and you can use some pinks too, but orange will give you the energy of enthusiasm, encouragement, and success. You can use yellow or gold, which speak about the prestige, your liberation, prosperity, and your state of consciousness. All right, so now, in the moon at this time, the moon is making everyone feel like they need to delve into their feelings, because Scorpio is the house of fears. They are the dark. They are the esoteric, the transformation, the secrets. Right now, everyone could be feeling a little bit vulnerable and having to look at things that affect their emotional security, because the moon is all about security. So you're never you could be in a position where you haven't forgot about the past, right? And you could be looking for balance, because Aries has to have balance in order to be um, firm in its foundation. Okay, so it works hand in hand with Libra, which is interesting because the moon is leaving, has left Libra and has went and gone into Scorpio. So right now your emotional influence is all about how people made you feel in the past. and it may be hard to forget things. But the lesson that you have to learn at this time, where they want what your ancestors want you to focus on, Aries, this is the message for you to focus on. The moon is waning right now. Focus on your healing. Okay, focus on healing your head. You could be experiencing headaches at this time. You could be experiencing I won't say anxiety. I feel like you're pretty much cool, calm, and collective. I feel like you are in a position where you are just you wanting peace, right? You're wanting balance. So that's good. So let's look at the area where that governs your body, Aries. The places that your body governs is the head, okay, your tongue, your striated muscles, the male phallic, right, the gallbladder, the arteries, the blood sugar, the skeletal system as an organ, okay, is the cardiac muscle, which it's connected with the heart, but it's connected with the striated muscles, which is the cardiac muscles. It supports the respiration, your posture, the locomotion, okay, ruled by the planet Mars, like I said, which is the master of manipulation. It is the mastermind, the head of all operations, headquarters, okay? That is you, Aries. So now I'm going to pull 3 cards from the South Node, and let's see. I'm gonna do this. Instead of mixing my cards up every time, I want I'm gonna ask my dice to show me what 3 signs we need to pull for the sign of Aries for the viewers that are watching this video. What are the north nodes? The 3 north nodes that we need to look at. Okay. We're gonna look at the south. We're gonna look at the north node. Yes, what is the north node in? North node in what house? North node in the 4th house. So you may have a north node in Cancer. Okay, we're going to read that. North node in what house? North node in the 6th house. No, that's the 9th. You could have a north node in Sagittarius. Okay, we're going to go with north node in the 1st house. You could have a north node in Aries. All right, so now if you have a North Node in Aries, the North Node wants you to make your own decisions, okay, and stand up for yourself. Walk your own path. Cultivate independence. Prioritize your own needs. Be yourself and face the idea of rejection. Be a leader, not a follower. Who you were in the past is that you were likely to fiercely be independent. You strive for to be self-reliant. You were often taking the lead and doing things on your own. You were strong. You were assertive. You felt like you were individual amongst these different groups of people. You felt like a leader. You felt like you were on your path, on your journey until you needed to become aligned. Okay, and so in the South Node you were a leader. Now in the no, in the South Node, I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong, because the opposite of the Aries is Libra. My fault. Didn't make sense to me after I read it. But you got some information. So if your South Node, if you are a North Node in Aries, that is the path that you should be on. Okay. And the way you align with this North Node is by taking the path of least resistance, because the North Node is in Pisces, which is all about peace. You're meant to live a peaceful life. Okay. So in your South Node, if you are experiencing issues with overcommitting to others, feeling like you're obligated to other people, you felt like um, you were always needing to keep the peace. You felt like you lost yourself because you were always people pleasing. You struggled with identity issues. You had a lack of trust. You needed to you looked for validation or approval. You needed to be at the center. You needed to find yourself. You needed to find your balance. And now the North Node in Aries is telling you, well, damn it, boss up and take the lead, because now you're coming into your true character. Okay. All right. I'm trying to look at this time in this video. Okay, if your North Node was in Cancer, the opposite of Cancer is the Gemini, I believe. So that oh, that's Sagittarius. What is this? The North Node in Cancer is Capricorn. That's right. I'm tripping. All right. If you have a North Node in Cancer, your North Node is telling you to become a warm and nurturing mother to childlike soul, to make and enjoy heartfelt connections, embrace your feminine aspect, your maternal side, your feminine energy, and to connect with your emotions. Okay. In the past, your South Node was in Capricorn, which was naturally feeling ambitious, and you had a drive for success. You set high standards and goals for yourself. You was a very hard worker. You had a strong sense of discipline and responsibility. You spent many lifetimes enjoying high positions of power and leadership roles, and you carried a lot of clout. So you were known as a public figure probably, and so now we're going to go into the North Node in Sagittarius, which would bring me to the South Node in Gemini. Okay, so if you have a North Node in Sage, your life's path revolves around higher education, travel, and spiritual growth. Okay, you are to move toward expansion and adventure, because Sagittarius is ruled by Neptune, but it's all about growth. Okay, so Sagittarius has to keep on moving. They are the hunters. Okay, Aries is the protector, the provider, the father. Okay, the masculine energy. It is the divine masculine. Okay, if your North Node was in Sagittarius, you're also here to learn and grow and become more optimistic and philosophical. So you have to see things from a higher perspective. If you have a South Node in Gemini, this means that if you have the North Node in Sage, your South Node is in Gemini. So this means where you need to come out of and what you need to um, adapt to this change. Okay, by adopting in the past you had a strong communication skills and a natural curiosity for learning things. Okay, you were also someone who can learn everything from everything. You were familiar around lack of control. You became a leader in your own community. Gemini is also the curious one. Okay, so you found interest in different things, and you were very skilled in learning whatever it is that you did. You could be a healer. You could be a Reiki master healer. Um, you can just have healing in your hands, because Gemini rules over the hands. But I'm gonna get to that in Gemini's video. I'm going to take. Let's see how many cards I need to take for who you possibly were in a former life. In your I need to pull Aquarius, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay, so we look at, if you in the past you probably were a nun, monk, a prisoner, someone that suffered with mental health issues, a spiritual guru or a martyr. If you have a 12th house in Pisces, you can look at your astral chart. The 12th house tells you where your karma is. So your karma was based off of your being one of these um, people in these occupations, or you probably suffered from, like you could have, because of the 12th house in Pisces is all about addictions. So you could have been like some type of spiritual counselor, or someone that dealt with addiction behaviors and stuff like that, because Pisces rules over the addictions. um, Let me see if I missed anything with Aries. It is basically your ego, your creative force, because Aries has to be the creative one. That's why they are the manipulators, the master of manipulation. They are the magicians. The motto is me first. Body, personality, appearance are very big when it comes to Aries. They are very eccentric with their presentation. Presentation is everything. Aries is known also as the baby boss. The message from the absence of the masculine parent, if you grew up in a single parent home, was to put yourself first. All right. So what is the third house? The Cancer. You were also probably a parent, a caretaker, domestic worker, or an architect in a former life. You possibly also were a humanitarian or a hippie, an outcast, a rebel, or a scientist. Okay, or science could have you could have majored in science if you went to school, so you could have been into or you could have been into astrology or something like that in your past life, and so now you are in a position where you're healing and discovering self. So take the north nodes in either Aries, Cancer, or Sagittarius as your message as to what you are doing here. And now let me give you two ancestral cards. I hope this message gave you a little bit of clarity, information. Remember, the moon is waning now, so we are now getting rid of emotions that no longer serve our highest good. Your ancestors want you to, um, you probably were around a lot of adults that had bad intentions, okay? Your ancestors is saying to make sure you look at, or you could have been just around bad people. Um, you could have been around a lot of people that were not really mature to recognize the dangers. Um, Very naive at a certain point in your life where you were too trusting. So now your ancestors is telling you to, you could be remembering somebody as a boogeyman, somebody you feared. Okay. So now your ancestors want you to take the lead in your life and stand up and face your fears. Okay. Um, you can be you could be recovering from something that happened traumatically in the past when it came to an adult with bad intentions, and so your ancestors want you to continue to heal from the boogeyman, okay, by facing that fear. Whoever this adult figure was in your life, your ancestors want you to kind of face the fear or the idea of that person, um, putting fear into you, like a father, an abusive father figure. You could have had someone like that in your life, that instilled a lot of fear in you, and so you needed to develop your character. So right now it's a sensitive time. There's sensitive subjects, sensitive situations could be coming up, and so your ancestors want you to, just take your time with yourself, because Aries can be an impulsive person, and so these emotions could cause you to want to act on certain situations. So without saying so much, the message is to continue to heal. You could have experienced some trauma in your head, um, at a certain point in your life. You may have forgotten, but you didn't forget, but you are trying to learn to forgive. Okay, you are remembering things from the past. Um, so your dreams, because we're still in Pisces season, so your dreams could be showing you a lot of important information that you need to, that you could be recalling. Okay, so your ancestors want you to know to, um, remember what they did to you and recover. So your message, Aries, is remember and recover. Find your balance. Don't let nobody use you. Use your head and not your heart. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this message here. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace.